Welcome to Melissa Recovers, where I do everything I can to recover the person who I was always meant to be. This week has been a fun week. It's our last week on Beyond the Scale, and we all get to start the brand new Freestyle program, which I'm super excited about. I had a really fun weekend. We've been doing lots of Christmassy type stuff as a family. On Friday night, we got to go to our neighborhood church creche. And what a creche is just a bunch of nativity displays, essentially. So, and they have live music, and they have nativity costumes that the kids can dress up in. And it's just a really neat way to kind of kick off the season. Then on Saturday night, we got to do our city's Christmas village. And that was super fun because it's bigger than what we've done in the past. We've always done, as a city, kind of a tree lighting ceremony, and Santa came, and if you wanted to wait in line, you could go see Santa. But this year, we also had a petting zoo with a donkey and, you know, just the traditional animals that would have been at the nativity, and reindeer. And there was even a blacksmith there doing like live demonstrations, and he was really cool. And then there was this big huge tent with kind of a Christmas bazaar. It was a bunch of vendors from our community that brought their little wares for people to buy and check out. And then there were pony rides, and guess what, there was I don't know if you're a Parks and Rec fan, but we love Parks and Rec. It's super funny. Little Sebastian, there was a pony that looked just like Little Sebastian, so I had to get a picture with Little Sebastian. That was a big deal. I don't know, it was a fun weekend. Saw some Christmas lights at night. We drove around, saw a few Christmas lights, and it was just a great weekend. I stayed on track. I'm a part of this group, Amy over at Ennis for Nurse, and a few other of us YouTubers have kind of banded together. She originally started this challenge to have a blue dot challenge that through the month of December, through the 1st through the 25th, we'd be shooting for blue dots. And there's been a little bit of like wondering, oh, what are we going to do with the new plan? How are blue dots going to work? Well, my plan rolled over to the new plan today. And in case you're wondering, I don't weigh in on Sundays, but I've always had my tracker set for Sunday because I like to have my weekly points start over. It's a good time for me to have a fresh, clean slate. And when I went to go adjust it so that it would line up with my weigh-in day, so I would get it when I went to meeting, it had already been locked down by Weight Watchers, because I guess a lot of people had been like switching it so that they could get the info early and all that kind of good stuff. So I was kind of locked into it. I was like, okay, I'm going to embrace this. So I got the new plan. Yay, this is exciting. You've probably seen other vloggers talking about it. I know that Kelly from If You Have an Egg, You Have Hope went and she went to a meeting. She's like a real member and everything. She's lifetime. But she went to a meeting today so she could get all the info and be able to share it with us. She always does a Sunday night live chat, so that was really good. And then Cherie over at Motivated Muffins did kind of a live chat with the stuff that she got from online. So if you're an online member, you know that every single weekly's in there. There's PDFs of it, and they pretty much had a lot of the materials. You could click on the different things, and it showed you the weekly for this new plan, and then it had a 0 points food list. So there's a lot of information on the Weight Watchers website if you're looking for more stuff, you want to make your grocery list, you know, that kind of thing. If you're kind of a planner like me, my tracker's already moved into the new plan, so I kind of have to. And I guess I could paper track for till Thursday when I weigh in. But I was excited. I've kind of studied this and watched some of our friends across the pond and their little stories of how things are going for them, and kind of had an idea of what I was getting myself into. So anyway, I on Facebook yesterday, Amy from NS for Nurse kind of issued a question like, what are your goals for the day? And I said that my 2 goals were to drink water and to plan out my meal plan. So on that note, I'm going to take a sip of water, and then I'm going to turn my camera around so I can show you my meal plan for this week, okay? I'm going to give this a try. I'm not putting it on my tripod because I was having a hard time getting it just where I want it to show you stuff, so I thought I would just keep it here. This is my planner. It is from In the Leafy Treetops, and it's, I love it. It's awesome. It's got tabs and all sorts of cool stuff. I've never showed you guys my planner before, but I'm getting to the end of December, and that means I get to get a new one, so I'm really excited about that. But this is my meal plan, and this is how I do it. I'm just gonna pull my page marker out of the way. So in this, I have little boxes where I can put little things, and one of the things that I want to remember this week is, let's see if I can get it to focus. A little progress each day adds up to big results. And even if you only lose a half a pound a week, you will be 26 pounds less next year. So with that being said, let me just jump into my planner. I do breakfast, and it goes all the way across. Let's see if I can get it to focus better. Breakfast, and then lunch, and then dinner, and then I kind of leave snacks down here. And sometimes I'll write something big going on that day, like I've got city council on Tuesday, so I know that I have to make something that I can prep up ahead of time that my family will just be able to sit down and eat. So when I meal plan, I typically do more kind of meat and potatoes or something, like something real standard for Sundays. And then Mondays, we typically do some sort of breakfast food. Tuesdays, we tend to do more Mexican type stuff. Wednesdays, sometimes I do, it used to be kind of more of my Asian night, but because Asian food with soy sauce and different things tends to have more sodium, and I always weigh in on Thursday now, I'm changing things up. So we're kind of in a change mode right now. So this Wednesday, I've got planned white chicken chili. And then Thursdays, I typically have potatoes. Fridays, we're going to do pizza. And Saturday, I've left open. Now, I'll tell you in a little bit why I'm doing that with Saturday. But let's go ahead and I'll run down what I did for today. So, in our church, we fast once a month from 2 meals, one Sunday a month. And the money that we would have spent on these 2 meals, we donate to the poor and the needy. So that leaves me with a ton of points that I'm going to have for the day. And I've got beef short ribs. A cup of mashed potatoes is 5. Carrots are 0. A roll is 5. For a total of 17. And then later on, I'll have leftover pizza. And that's 19. And I don't actually know if it's that high, because I think I punched it in and realized that it wasn't. Let me see. Nope, it's 19. Okay, so then tomorrow morning, Mondays are my big work days, so sorry, bad camera. I'm going to do a Better Oats packet, and I like to chop up a banana and mix it in there and heat the banana in with the Better Oats, and it's really yummy. And then later on in the morning, I'm going to do 2 pieces of that really nutty whole wheat toast. I drip some water on my planner for 5. And then I'm going to do half of an avocado for 4. Everybody's complaining about the new plan that they didn't mark down nuts and olives and avocados. But you guys, there's 200 foods that we don't have to count. So that leaves room for avocados. So everybody simmer down and everything's going to be okay. And then I like to have some cherry tomatoes or grape tomatoes and put them on my avocado toast. So I'm kind of going to have 2 meals because on Mondays I have to get up really early to work. So I'll probably have that first meal like at 5, and then I'll do the next one at 9. And then I'll do my lunch midday. So I've got delightful multigrain for 2, ham for 2, cheese for 4, and mustard. And then I'll probably throw some fruit or veggies in there. And for dinner, I've tracked 6, but I'm not sure if I'm going to use all 6 for waffles. Now, everybody loves Mud Hustlers Big A waffles, and they're good. I've tried them, but that protein powder is pricey, and it makes waffles pretty high cost. And for a mom with 4 kids and a tight budget, I found that if I make waffles with natural yeast starter, like sourdough starter, but if you keep it in your fridge, it doesn't get that weird pungent taste. I am able to make a waffle with 1 cup of starter, 2 eggs. I think it's like a 1/4 teaspoon of salt. And I'm trying to remember what else is in there. Oh, it's a 1/4 cup of milk. All of that together, you get 3 points for a big waffle. Like the big ones that are like the size of a, 8 inches wide or 9 inches wide. So they're the same points as a Mud Hustler waffle, but they don't cost me as much to make them. And I get to have natural ingredients. So like my big goal as a mom is try to know where our food comes from. So I love that those Mud Hustler waffles work out for some people. And I, like I said, liked them, but this is my option. So I pay 3 points per waffle, and I've allocated for 6 points in case I'm super, super hungry. The last time I made them, I was full off of 1. And then I'm going to cook up a pound of bacon, and I can't remember the brand that I have, but the brand that I have that I got just at our local grocery store is 2 slices for 3 points. Then I'm going to do a 1/4 cup of sugar-free syrup, and it's only 1 point, but if I want more because I'm having another waffle, I have enough points allocated. And then if I want whipped cream, I'll add that up to 4 points. And then I also can slice up a banana or put whatever else I want with it. Now down here, I tend to put my snacks. So I kind of mentally know this is what I can spend points on, kind of a thing. So I've got clementines, okush. I have some of the 000s with tons of protein because I'm really trying to up my protein intake, and some cherry tomatoes. And if I stick to my plan, my menu plan, I'll have eaten 35 out of my 42. I get 42. So that's what I have there. So let's move on to Tuesday. So Tuesday, I have a little bit more time because I don't work on Tuesdays. I have lots of city council stuff. And I am going to do Denver omelet. And the only thing I have to count for that is the cheese for 4, the ham for 2, the eggs, the onion, and the pepper are 0. And that will be early because I'm going to get up early, kind of do my own devotional scripture study, then get everybody else ready. And then when I get home from doing my walk, my hour walk, I'll probably do a bagel thin, or what do they call them? Skinny bagels, because we get them from Bubba's. It's a bread line out here in Utah. Some clementines. So my total for the whole breakfast box is 9. Now for lunch, I'm going to do the same ham sandwich pretty much all week long. Well, not all week long. I'm going to do the same ham sandwich on Tuesday that I did on Monday. For dinner that night, I'm really excited because I'm going to make a chicken salad, taco salad. I'm going to throw black beans, corn, and then I'm going to do 4 points of guac, taco chicken breast, salsa, lettuce, Greek fat-free yogurt, which I like to use in lieu of sour cream, and then cheese. So that's 4. So that puts that whole meal at 8, and I'm going to pack it up and bring it with me so I can eat it at City Council. Now, right here I put down candy, 10 points. So at City Council, around everyone's desks and stuff like that, they have little cups of candy. And I don't need to eat it, and I probably won't eat it. but I've put that 10 points in there for myself so that I remember that I can, you know, like most nights, if I've given myself permission to do this, I just pass on it. Okay, so Wednesday. Oh, and with Tuesday, it would be 35 out of 42 if I eat all of this and do my 10 points for candy. So if I don't do my 10 points for candy, I will be at 25 out of 42. So probably what I would do is maybe when I get home at night, maybe do like a bowl of cereal, because it's 5 points for the cup of milk that we drink. And then I'd probably do like 5 points worth of cereal, and that would be the same. And I'd probably be more full than eating 2 or 3 pieces of little fun-sized candy. But at any rate, it's an option. Okay, Denver omelet again, bagel thin again. What I try to do on a lot of days is I go, whoop, my dinner becomes my lunch in a modified form. So I'm going to add chips to this meal. So it's only an 8-point salad, but I'm going to add 5 points of chips. And for dinner, white chicken chili, which is going to be 0 because the recipe I uses chicken breast, green Anaheim chilies, onions, broth, and that's pretty much it. Oh, and white beans. So yummy. And then some cornbread. It shows that it's 5 points a slice. So I've allocated for 2 slices, but I don't know if I'll use it all. And then I've put aside 4 points for cheese. And instead of using sour cream, I'm going to go for the fat-free Greek yogurt again. So that puts my dinner at 14. And like I said, I could go only 1 slice of cornbread and be at 9 points. So, all right. So let's see what's my total for the day. That puts me at 36 out of 42. And that puts me in my blue dot range. So I'm excited about that. So Thursday morning's weigh-in, and I'm really looking forward to it because I felt like I did pretty good over the Thanksgiving holiday, but it didn't really result in much. I think last week I lost 0.4 or 0.6, and I was kind of bummed about that. And I really have big goals. I have big goals for myself. So I will not eat anything before I go to weigh-in because that just messes with me. But I'll bring a Premier Protein with and a banana. Lunch will be leftover white chicken chili, and I've allocated for only 1 slice of cornbread because it's lunch, it's lighter. Cheeses for fat-free yogurt as my sour cream. The whole lunch is 9. Okay, so dinner on Thursday. We always do potatoes on Thursday just because it helps me keep in mind what we're doing. So I'm going to do probably 2 medium-sized baked potatoes, which run about 10 points. I weigh them out on my scale just to make sure. Then I'm going to steam some broccoli, throw some cheese on it, and if I really want the creaminess, I'll add some fat-free yogurt over here. That puts me at 14 for dinner. Now, that gives me the total 35 out of 42 for the week. Still in the blue dot zone. And, oh, yes. I've been trying to come up with kind of a cool, I don't know, treat that's within points for weigh-in day. And someone in my meeting suggested that she goes out for a donut after. So I may or may not do that. But if I don't, and I don't, splurge on that, because right now, when I'm talking about it, a donut doesn't sound good, but who knows by Thursday. If I don't, I'm just going to maybe have a nice big satisfying bowl of cereal that night or something. So then here we go Friday. Denver omelet again, bagel thin, clementine. And keep in mind, this is probably going to be about 5 in the morning, and this is going to be at 9 in the morning. So I'll be exercising in the middle of that. So that's why I end up kind of having 2 breakfasts. That, and I'm a hobbit, from Lord of the Rings. So leftovers again are the same, but instead of having 2 medium-sized potatoes, I'm just going to go with 1 because it's a lunch portion. So potato, broccoli, cheese, 9 points. And then we really like to make homemade pizza, and I don't want it to taste like fake diet pizza. I like it as my goal that I have for the week. So I have these crusts that I get from the Dollar Tree. It's 11 points for the whole crust, but it's it's like a medium-sized pizza, 6 points for that. And then I put 1 cup of cheese. It's the part skim mozzarella from Kroger. That's 10 points. 16 turkey pepperoni is 2. 8 green olives sliced is 1, for a total of 19 points for pizza. And interestingly enough, I had it this last Friday, and 2 pieces instead of a half of a pizza were plenty for me. So if I get satisfied with just the 2, maybe I'll save myself some points for treats or something later. Now, to Saturday. Remember how I told you guys that I left it blank on purpose, and I will explain why? Well, there's this whole concept of rolling points over, and I kind of wrote down on the bottom, you'll see 3 roll, 4 roll, 4 roll, 4 roll, 4 roll, pa-ping. There's a lot of cool holiday movies out right now, and I may or may not have a hankering for movie popcorn with butter. And if I do that, I'm going to try to roll some of my points on over to stick in here and maybe have a date night with my husband. We'll see. We'll see how things are going with everything. And I really want to go to my meeting and ask my meeting leader how those rolls work. Do they accumulate? So if I have 3 plus 4, 7, 11, 15, 19, 23 that go in here, because I saw a YouTuber explain it that way from the UK, and not sure. But at any rate, this is my plan. Let me quick flip you around and I'll wrap up the video. Hey everyone. So that was kind of my menu plan, and sometimes I'm super formal and I write everything out, and sometimes I'm flying by the seat of my pants and I'm really just trying to figure out, okay, what are we doing for breakfast on Monday? What are we doing for tacos on Tuesday? You know, kind of a thing. But I always kind of have that general framework in mind, and it just kind of helps keep me sane. This week I have a goal to go walk 4 times. I will walk for 60 minutes, and I'll do my little Walmart or grocery store walk, and I'll follow my same rules where I go up and down every aisle before I stop and shop. And I will do that Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, and Friday mornings. Monday I can't because I work, and Saturday I can't because I work. I will try to get some really great activity in those days, but I won't be able to go do my hour-long walk in the morning. I typically try to go do those walks when I drop the kids off at school. There's no one at the grocery store or at Walmart, and it's really fun. I love it. And while I'm there, I'll be thinking about that 25-pound bag of kitty litter. This Friday will be December 8th, and December 8th is the 1-year anniversary of when I joined Weight Watchers last year. And I wish that I was further along in this journey, but I have to look at it and go, Melissa, you've lost 25.4 pounds. And hopefully, God willing, I will have lost a little bit more by this Thursday. So when I celebrate my 1-year anniversary on the 8th, I can hold my head high and say, you know what? Even a little bit of progress is progress. So on that note, I hope you're all having a great holiday and Christmas season. I really enjoy pushing myself to be accountable with these vlogs, and I'm grateful for this chance to be a part of a group of people who are challenging each other and challenging themselves. If you haven't checked it out yet, go to N is for Nurse and find out more about her Blue Dot Challenge. She explains everything for you. And, you know, check out some of these YouTube channels. They're really awesome. And have a fabulous night. I'll see you tomorrow.